Hey up, I'm leaning forward so I don't look as fat. When I sit back, it makes my belly protrude. And I'm drinking Horlicks, because that's how I roll. I just fancied a Horlicks. You know, when it gets cold, you think, oh, I need Horlicks. Anyway, hope you're all right. To think, just a few days ago, I was hiking the Lost Mine Trail in the sweltering desert of Texas, and now I'm sat freezing my arse off in a pub car park in Darlington. Eh? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I've heard really good things about Darlington, and it's been on my list for ages to come to Darlington and have a look around, because it's got some interesting history, and it's a thriving market town. And a subscriber emailed me the other day, a subscriber called Rupert. So thank you, Rupert, for emailing me and reminding me to come here. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to Darlington. It's not too far. So this is where I am. I'm just editing the video of the hike. I'm going to watch some TV and then have a sleep. But before I do that, I need to send a massive shout out to the one and only comedy legend, Bob Mortimer, because he watches this channel. Can you believe it? Right? So we got to Texas, me and Ellen, and just after we'd got there in Houston, my phone was going mad with messages saying, Bob Mortimer's just give you a shout out on, is it Sunday Brunch or Sunday Kitchen, one of them programmes. I don't watch telly. I only watch Bob Mortimer. I do love him, genuinely, and I've said that in past. So if you watch some of my old videos, you'll see that I've mentioned him. So it really, really meant a lot to me for him to give us a shout out, because he loves van life. And I know he's from Middlesbrough, which is just out road, so although he'll not be there now, he'll be in London or fishing or something. But if you're watching this, Bob, and you want to go, I mean, I'd like to come fishing with you. I've never fished, but I'd like you to show me. Or if you like a tour of this van, please contact me, because I owe you one, mate. I really appreciate that. And for everybody watching, if you want to be in the same company as such comedy legends as Bob Mortimer, then you need to subscribe. Hit that subscription button, like and notifications and all that stuff, and join the community, which is by the curb. Be a curber. Be a curber, and follow us on Facebook as well. Anyway, it's getting a bit cocky, aren't I now? I feel like I've made it. So I'm going to get on with this editing. And then I'll watch a bit of I don't know. But I've got a good spot. It's a pub car park. It's called the Old Farmhouse, just outside Darlington. Cracking pub, and you can stay overnight in your camper van. So what more do you want? It's nice and secure. It's flat. Perfect. All right, anyway, I need to get on with this, and I'll see you in the morning. All right. It never looks like it does on Instagram, does it? Oh, I've got my hot sauce to go on as well. That breakfast was minging. But it is what it is. And I've overlaid. It's 9:20 now. My body clock's all over the place. I'm still on Texas time or whatever. So I slept through my alarm. Couldn't watch telly last night. Internet's rubbish. Anyway, I'm not going to moan. I'm not moaning. I'm going to have a wash. I'm going to find a Tesco's to use the facilities, and I'm going into Darlington, and we're going to have a look round. All right. Ooh. Right. But I'm starting. I promise you, I'm starting in a minute. I've just had to run into Morrison's to get a hat and some gloves. How cold is it? It's ridiculous. I know I've just come back off from Texas, but... And I don't care. I don't care if I look a muppet. It is freezing. What's that look like? I've got gloves. I'll tell you what, I'm going to Spain. Sod it. This is why all YouTubers go abroad this time of year. I'm not going to be able to operate my phone or anything with these gloves on. You can't go vlogging in this temperature. It's wrong. Ooh. That's better. Right, we're starting now. I'm just going to put some petrol in and then we're starting, I promise you. There comes a point in life when you get to a certain age where you're not so bothered about what you look like, more whether your ears are warm. And I'm at that stage now. Anyway, I'm just off the A66 behind an industrial estate because I want to start this trip of Darlington here. And I wanted to see this. Check that out. It's been vandalised. Isn't that good? That's a good start, isn't it? So I want to start here because behind me is a magnificent sculpture which is based on the Mallard train. And this is an amazing sculpture which represents, I mean, it looks a bit like Lego, but we'll have a look at that. And it's going a bit mouldy. But you can see the smoke billowing out. It's like it's coming out of a tunnel. And it was, I don't know when they built it, I think it was in the 90s, 185,000 bricks. So we'll probably see lots of sort of nods to the railways as we walk around Darlington. In fact, the next place I'm going to go to is really interesting. So by the power of magic, I'm going to appear there in a second. I've just gone round a roundabout, and on the roundabout there's a huge sort of iron plaque to commemorate locomotion number 1, the famous train designed and built by George and Robert Stevenson. Is it Robert Stevenson? Them blokes. First ever train. And I'm going to show you something just round here which is dead interesting. I'm just round the back of a row of unassuming terraced houses and a car park because here we have this fascinating bridge. This is the Skerne Bridge and it's over the River Skerne. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. So this is no ordinary bridge. This is the famous Skerne Bridge. This is the first ever railway bridge that opened on 27th of September 1825. It was designed and built by an Italian-English architect called Ignatius, I can't remember, something. And it's famous because it carried the locomotion number 1, the first ever passenger steam train built by George and Robert Stevenson in Newcastle, and it carried them along this line, the Stockton and Darlington line, to deliver passengers to Aldi, just down there. It's got a plaque, it's got a red plaque, so that's very important. Let's see what the plaque says. Skerne Bridge, built 1825, designed by Ignatius Bonomi for the Stockton and Darlington Railway, the oldest railway bridge in the world, still in use as such. What's that mean, as such? It's either in use or it's not. How interesting is that? I mean, plastic barriers are spoiling it a little bit, aren't they? There's no way I'm getting to that. Bloody hell. So I was just filming the bridge, getting some epic drone shot there, and a really strong gust of wind blew it over and it's crashed in some bushes, and there's no way I can get to it. Bloody hell. Well, that's crap, innit? It's really, really ironic because I'm getting a new drone delivered today, So I was probably reckless flying that one. That is a drone that I had given, very kindly got given. It was on its last legs. You've heard me talk about it before, saying it's only a matter of time before I lose it. But it just wouldn't return, and it's crashed. In all the places for it to crash, there's just no access to it other than going up on railways. It's on railway land and in some bush, and I think for what it's worth, but I'm more upset that I've got some really good footage of the bridge. I'll have to see if I can get some more. Anyway, I need to get a move on now because I'm running out of time. I'm going to show you one last thing and then we're going to head into the town and we'll have a walk around the town. All right. I just wanted to show you this mural here. It's called the Arthur Wharton mural, or as he was known, Kwame. And he was from Ghana. He was born in Ghana in 1865. And then in 1883, he moved to Darlington and became the first black footballer in the world. And there's something going on here. What does that say? The Arthur Wharton Foundation. I know he later played for Sheffield United and Rotherham as well. So there you go. Just wanted to show you that. That's quite interesting. Right, we're heading into town now. I've heard good stuff about Darlington, so we need to have a look round. And I've never been before, so I'm just going to completely wing it. I'm just going to park up and then just have a mooch around and have a look and get a feel for it. Right, we're here. I'm going to have a walk around this town. It's cost me £3.40 to park for 3 hours, so that's not too bad, is it? I'm right in the town centre. I need to find a toilet though. There's a little shopping centre here, so we'll go in there and have a look. So this is the Queen Street shopping centre. I'm going in back door. So this is one of those tiny little shopping centres that probably seemed like a good idea in the 90s and then just ends up with a load of empty shops, and what shops are open are like cheap shops and charity shops. There's another shopping centre there, the Corn Mill. So yeah, I'm bang in the centre here. Let's have a look around. It's big, isn't it? Look at some of this old architecture here. Genuinely, I've never been here before. I'll have a look in that shopping centre in a bit. I don't like shopping centres. So there's a big plaza sort of area here, and a statue, and a clock tower. What day is it? It's Wednesday afternoon. I presume there's a market. In fact, I know there's a market. We'll have a look in that as well. So, Joseph Peace. They were the great industrial family, weren't they? They were a bit like the Kardashians of the 19th century. Let's see what it says here. Joseph Peace Place. This event space commemorates Joseph Peace, the Darlington businessman who was Britain's first Quaker MP and the benefactor of the town's clock tower. The statue of Joseph Peace was unveiled in 1875 to mark the 50th anniversary of the opening of the Stockton and Darlington Railway. We saw the bridge earlier. The decorative etchings on the plinth portray issues that were important to Peace: politics, education, rail travel and anti-slavery. The statue was restored and returned to its original location in 2007. So, I quite like them. bronze engravings. That's a reference to slavery. That's the railways. Locomotion number 1. And that's education. They've opened a shop just for me, look. So that corn mill looks quite a big shopping centre. It goes all the way across and around. Lovely neo-Gothic architecture there. I can't really see much because that sun's so bright. And you've got a Waterstones, that's always a good sign. That's magnificent, isn't it? And it's right above the market hall, which is where I'll go next. I see a church in the background. I believe it's a really old church. I don't know if it's that one, but I know there's a really old church here. And then I've seen off here, can you see it? Can you see what I can see? The best shop in the world. It's Boys. We'll go there as well. I wonder if they've got a cafe. Very quiet. Okay, it was very, very quiet in there. I spoke to a lady, she said you need to come on a weekend. It was dead, there was hardly anybody. It is bitterly freezing cold today. But look here, something I've not seen in years. It's a bins. And it's right across from Boys, the legend that is Boys. We're going to have a look in. I don't think they're going to have a cafe. I'm getting ready for something to eat though. Let's go and look at the haberdashery. Have you got a cafe?
Cafe, no.
You haven't? Oh, shocking. There's one in Bridlington, isn't there? Is that the only place with it?
There's only one, yeah.
Right,
it's just, I think it's like the original store or
all right.
something, yeah.
No problem, thank you. So there you have it, that was Boys. And, you know, that were really dull. I sometimes get trolled when people just put boring, and after that, I just suddenly realised I'm videoing pensioners buying Christmas trinkets. I think I'll troll myself. That was so boring. But I've come on the quietest day ever. All this way. That's a nice building. Isn't that lovely? You know that ghost town I was in Texas last week? It's very much like that, except cold. It feels like I've come on a zombie apocalypse. It must be like closed Wednesday or something. There's some really lovely old buildings. The cheese and wine shop. Helen would love that. Little bakery. I like this bit. Look at this. It's just a shame there's no customers. And we'll be back here, look. This is obviously the main busy bit. What's this there? Buckton's Yard. I love little ginnels. Look at that. Ooh, so we can go back through to that other side. We've got a fishing tackle shop here, look. So when Bob Mortimer takes me fishing, I can get my gear from there. What's this? Looks like a pub. No, it's not. There's a cafe. Shall we go in this cafe? So it's quite busy in here. Lovely little cafe. I've ordered a scone or a scone and a coffee. That'll keep me going. She was trying to sell me a steak pie and I was tempted, but I need to get some weight off. The diet starts now after this scone. Well, that's the busiest thing I've seen in Darlington. That little cafe. It were all right. A scone and a coffee. Look at this place here. There's a queue for the meat and the pies. So that's obviously popular. What the bloody hell's that? So on this row here, it's just shop after shop of these nail places. They're like the female version of Turkish barbers, aren't they? Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in that other shopping centre because maybe hot people are in there. You know, it being so cold. Then we'll go to church and then we'll go to pub. Living dream. Oh, I bet it's all happening in here. Definitely. I know that 70% of my audience are males over 50, which is what you're really going to want, isn't it? Me going around a shopping centre. I might scrap this vlog altogether. So you know in life, you get them days, don't you, that are just... yeah, whatever. And I think I'm having one of them days today. I think it's because I've been with Helen for 2 weeks, it's been mental in Texas, and now I'm back here, all on my own, freezing cold. But we'll plod on, it looks interesting down here, a bit livelier. I can see the church in the background. I think it's a really old church, so we'll go and have a look. No. Well, that's good, isn't it? This car's parked there. Oh dear. It's not happening today, is it, eh? Bloody hell. Even church is shut. I should have stayed in that pub car parking back at van. I might give this up as a bad job, but do you know what? One of my best performing videos, probably my best performing video, is Southend. Is that it? They're just trolling me. My best performing video is Southend on Sea. And I thought it were rubbish. When I did it, I thought, I can't put that up. But then I just said, oh, sod it, put it up. I was desperate to put a video up, and I put it up, and it's my best one. So maybe this might be my new best one. Let's see if it's a warm welcome in here. What do you reckon? I've got to go in this pub just because of that sign, but they're playing music, so I'll not be able to film much.
Not again.
No?
Hit it again.
Hit it again? Have I done it wrong?
10% off
10% off my next beer?
this beer.
Oh, brilliant, thank you. I'm in a pub on a Wednesday afternoon with a DJ. I repeat, it's got a DJ. In a courthouse sweat.
You are the sun, I am the moon. You are the words, I am the tune. Play me.
So that is the boot and shoe, and it's all kicking in there. I was watching the karaoke. He had a good voice actually, that DJ. Enjoyed that. Anyway, while I was in there, sat in the pub, I thought, I'll have a quick look on my phone. Like you do, check messages and stuff like that. Except I couldn't because I'd got no signal. And I've decided I'm going to have a rant. Now, I was going to save this rant. I've got a couple actually, but I'll do this one first. I was going to save it for one of my van rants, as I've not done one in ages. But this is priority rant, this. So, as you know, we've just been in Texas, and it feels like everything is better. I love England. I love Britain. I'm proud, patriotic. But there's a lot of better stuff over there. For example, we drove 6 hours into the middle of the desert. We went up a mountain, and I'd got fantastic mobile phone signal. I was getting emails. I'd got signal, mobile signal, for the entirety of that holiday. It was fantastic. Come back over England, what's all that about? You can't even make a phone call. I don't know if you've noticed it, they talk about 5G, it's a load of rubbish. Just sat in the pub, I'm in a town centre, a busy town centre, and I can't get a signal. They're shafting us in this country with mobile. You'd think in this day and age that they'd sort something. I mean, they keep charging us more, don't they? They keep putting bloody price up. Last weekend, my mum and dad wanted to go and have a look at Chatsworth House because they have the Christmas stuff on. And my dad's disabled, and it's not far away from my sister's. So Rebecca says, I'll drop you off. And she drove there, and there's a car park. And I don't know if you're aware, Chatsworth House charge £25 to park. If it's a weekend, they charge 30 quid. So they pulled up to gates or whatever, and my sister says, I just want to drop my parents off. I'm not parking. And they wouldn't let her. They said, you've got to pay for parking. They wouldn't let my disabled father and mother go to Chatsworth House unless they paid £25. Not only that, the staff were very rude to my parents. So I refused to go to Chatsworth House. The last time I went, we did a video last year when we did Chatsworth Country Fair, and it's a massive rip-off. They're well known as rip-offs, rip-off company, business. I know they've got to maintain the house and that, but it's just so cynical. So I'd love them to explain to me what their protocol is for disabled people that want to visit. Have they got to pay 25 quid or 30 quid on a weekend? Just makes me sick. But we'll certainly not be going again. I got put off when I paid, what did I pay for that sandwich? It might have been 8 quid, it might have been even more than 8 quid for probably the worst sandwich I've ever had. Anyway, so you're getting it all on this video, aren't you? You're getting a rant, you're getting a karaoke, a DJ, a look around Darlington. It's all happening. It don't matter though, because I'm probably not going to put this vlog on. So, there you go. Let's talk about Darlington. Lovely, lovely town. Really like it. It's got loads of independent little shops. It's got a good vibe about it. It's just such a shame that I've come on a day when it's been really quiet. The sun's out now and it's lovely, but it was bitterly cold earlier, bitter. And I think a lot of people will have just thought, you know, I'm staying home. I'm not going shopping today. And maybe, I mean, Wednesday's not renowned for a sort of busy shopping day anyway. I should have gone on weekend, but I would have gone this weekend, but it's my birthday and I've got my daughter and I'm going to see my mum and dad this weekend. So, yeah, and obviously I'll be seeing Helen as well. I don't know if we're going to vlog, me and Helen. You do get a bit, you know, I'm not going to say, oh, it's the hardest job in the world, because it's not. But the hard side about YouTube is coming up with content. And that's why, it's like McMaster. I have a load of respect for him because he churns vlogs out every day. And I don't know how the hell he does it. I really don't. So, absolutely massive respect to him for that. And the good videos, they're all edited well and everything. He works so hard. I mean, the editing takes forever. Anyways, I'm rambling. Where am I going to go to next? I'm at a bit of a loose end now. I don't know what to do. I want to start a series of videos about the Yorkshire coast. I love the Yorkshire coast. Well, I love the seaside at this time of year, you know, when it's cold and when it's winter, when it's not crowded. So I was going to start up at Redcar, right at the top of the Yorkshire coast, and work my way down. And over the course of a few vlogs, do like, not just the standard Whitby, Scarborough, I mean, I'll do them, but also the little villages and towns in between. I was going to do that. I've got my new drone coming. That should have arrived. In fact, I need to go and pick that up. So I'm going to have to go back down to Barnsley to pick my drone up. So, yeah. So I don't know what the next vlog's going to be. I don't even know if this vlog's coming out. Like I said, it's probably not. We'll see. But then I did say that when I think vlogs are rubbish, they do all right. There you go. Anyways, I need to head back down to Barnsley, don't I? I've not had a shave in forever. I need to shave my head. I thought about growing my hair to prove that I'm not fully bald, but I think I am. I think I'm like, I need to face up to it. Right. She's having a domestic. All right, anyway, thanks for watching this. Please, I know it were a bit crap, but so unsubscribe if you don't like. No, don't. Make sure you subscribe. Even if it were rubbish, they're going to get better, I promise you. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you.